It's a common misconception when you're profiling yourself, when you've heard me teach you about comfort when it comes to clothing, that it's very common that type 2 people have a sense of being comfortable in their clothes. Now, quite often people will think, well, I want to be comfortable in my clothes, so I must be a type 2. My first guideline is don't ever extract one thing and say, because of that, I now can determine my type. And so there's a broad assessment tool in energy profiling. It's a broad toolbox. Make sure that you're looking at multiple factors when assessing yourself. But when it comes to this one, I've asked my Dressing Your Truth experts to join me in on this conversation to discuss what does comfort and clothing mean to each of the 4 types. And we've all worn something that we deem comfortable. I don't think any of us is going to put on something that's uncomfortable and go, yes, it's a fit. Correct?
Right.
Yeah. I love how I feel in my corset today.
I know. So it's just what we reference to what comfort means is a little bit different. But let's start with the kind of how I've taught this over the years, that is a first reference, very particular to your sensitive nature and more gentle nature, the comfort factor. So let's go ahead and start with your, that's been my reference for years. So what does that mean?
Well, first of all, we like to use the word comfy instead of comfort. Comfy, cozy, just kidding. But that is often a vocabulary word that we'll use. It's comfy. It's just like snuggly. So definitely a lot of stretch in my clothing adds to comfort. And that's something that we've talked about and shared in our videos is this stretch test when you know that it's comfortable and you can move around. And when I shared that with you, you were like, who does that?
You do actually make a movement, correct?
Yep,
to
make sure there's stretch in the back of the garment.
That's not something, anyone else?
Nope, never done that.
All right, there you go.
See, that blows my mind because I'm like, that's like the number one.
I have to say, if you're
standard of measurement.
Well, I have to say, if you have a secondary type 2, you could be doing that. So again, please do not extract that as that. I'm a type, I do that. I'm a type 2. No one single assessment tool is enough to know your type. But I'd say that is definitely a type 2 feature.
Yes. Also, nothing too tight. Sarah's a little bit smaller than me in jeans, but she'll wear like a size or 2 smaller than I do even.
Well, I always say to her, I'm like, we're like the same size, and she'll size up.
Yeah,
she
one
likes
or
to
two
comfort,
sizes.
And I like to size down because I like things tight.
And
like,
that feels comfortable.
That's comfortable
to
to me.
Yeah.
And
that like, if I have to like get it and then eventually loosen it, like I can't do that. It's got to be like just sitting right there with the buttons and not too tight.
Aesthetically, there's a feature too, that there's a quality to this, how it feels to the skin, because you like very plush things where I actually do. I mean, is your preference for something that's more plush
will be too soft.
Feels very uncomfortable to me. It's too soft.
Yeah.
And then I'd love for you to share why you chose this outfit, because we're each gonna, just briefly discuss why we think this is comfortable.
Yeah. So again, it's got a lot of stretch, and the stretchy band in the skirt and the ruching on the sides of this top, it all just feels very flowing and fluid, and so it's not constricting my movement. And then the texture of this is like a soft knit, so it feels very comfortable to touch.
And you, along with the kind of stretch test, how does it feel to the skin is like an immediate reference.
Yeah.
It's not even, you don't even have to think the thought, it's an immediate reference.
Like I'll try on a pair of jeans and I don't have to get them even up over my knees, and I can tell that fabric is just too stiff or too itchy or whatever, and I'm not even gonna try. Even if it's a cute style, I'm bagging it.
Yeah. Well, Kalista, I've seen kind of the biggest, as I've noticed people's assessment patterns when they're profiling themselves, the most common default is for a type 4 person to reference this comfort factor, but for completely different reasons. So this is good. We're doing a whole video on it, so we give the correct interpretation by what do we mean when we say it's comfortable.
Yeah, so comfort for us is different. It's not so much of a how does it feel, what is the texture of the fabrication, does it drape and lay on my body, it's how does it fit. I think fit really would be a better thing than comfortable. I like things to fit, and that makes me comfortable. So I like a jean that's the right length. I don't like even this top, it's a looser fitting top, but I wore it on purpose because I wanted to show comfortable, but I like the slim sleeve that draws it in and keeps it tight, and that feels really good on me. I love the way a tight waistband on a skirt feels. Like, I know that sounds weird. It probably sounds so foreign to me.
Yeah.
But I just love the way, like,
Needs to fit properly around your waist.
waistband, and it just makes you feel nice and snug. That is super comfortable for me. I like the way it feels.
Well, it's most common for those with a dominant type 4 energy, and this would be my secondary type 4, is that you'll tailor things to get the correct fit.
Yeah, I learned
You'll either
how to,
take them to a tailor, but you're a seamstress,
I
so
learned how
you
to
do
sew
your
when
own.
I was young because
So you
I
can,
just innately knew I wanted my clothes to fit better.
so that you learn to do that, so you could get the proper fit.
Yeah.
Like you won't wear a pair of pants if the waistline's an inch too big and doesn't fit properly. That will bother you.
I'll take the waistband off, remove the tabs, tuck it in, cinch it up,
Yeah.
get the nice fit. I almost always will have a belt on with my pants because it just feels more comfortable. You fussing, like when you said you don't like to fuss with your clothes, having them fit loosely, that's where fussing comes in for me. So
Yeah.
pull those up, tuck it in. It's back
You don't want to
on.
bother with it.
It's
You
yeah,
have to
you have
sit
to.
properly on the body.
If I have to think about my clothes after I've put them on my body, I'm not comfortable, and that comes from an ill-fitting garment.
Now that's interesting because you'll think about it for reasons of it doesn't feel good, it's too tight, yours is proper fit. So now we're moving into a higher movement. We do care, right?
Yeah, we do
We're not
care.
all feeling uncomfortable here.
Yeah,
Like,
I just
"Ooh."
want to say though, there is like not near the amount of thought that goes in, like not even close. Like even when it was like, wear something comfortable, I'm like, all right. Like, I mean, I have to like break it down. Okay, what do I orient as comfort? Because it's just, they're just clothes. Like, I still want it to be comfortable, and I'm not going to wear it if it's scratchy or uncomfortable, but there's just not a lot of thought and purpose in the dialogue with reference to comfort, if that makes sense.
It's more practical for you.
For me, there is a sense of it having substance as a type 3. So there, I like, we both wore jackets. Interesting. Either a layer piece that just feels more dynamic and more dimension to it. This shows a much heavier texture. The fabric is a more coarse cotton, all of that. We both have a casual pant, but they're very, we like denim because denim has some substance.
I love
weight to
denim.
it.
Now, I don't like super stretchy denim though. Like if it stretches too much, I don't like it. It's got to have enough give where I don't feel like
you can
I'm
move. That's
stiff.
more for practical reasons, so you can move around.
And I gotta be able to move fast.
I would say that would be our number one consideration is comfort is, can I move and get things done?
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
Can I function in this in a practical way?
Yeah, I agree. I don't like really flowy fabrications, but I do like softer knits. And if I have a soft knit on, I want it to have the right pattern. So that's why I chose this one, because it has the other elements to it, and then a V-neck, which give it more of a texture and a little bit softer of a knit.
And I think we can have that preference with maybe one item on the body. See, we both have more coarse, substantial.
You didn't pair your
Definitely.
soft blouse with a soft skirt like
Like if it was all this softness,
Oh,
I
there's
feel
no
like I
way.
was going
Like
to bed.
this.
I'm like, oh, this is my jammies.
I'm
I know, that's what I love about it.
I'm like, I can't get anything done.
Honestly,
I'm like
you
in my
can't move.
sleepwear.
Sarah looks adorable in jean jackets, and I see them on the rack, and they like, ugh, it's like my worst nightmare. Throw one on me, and I'm like,
gets
oh, because
anxiety
they're just so
attacks.
tight. That stretch
Well, we usually start with type 1.
I know, I'm like the last one to
so
go.
patient. I'm curious
I
what
can be
you-
patient.
Where's your comfort in
Well,
the whole clothing
that's interesting
world?
because I've actually gotten that comment before that I say this is really comfortable quite a bit. And they're like, what do you mean? That's a type 2 word. And so comfort for type 1, I think, is also movement.
Yes.
That we're able to move quite
Not
easily in
restricted.
it. Not too restricted. But also, I think I had a little bit of the type 2 factor where it like needs to feel soft and not too scratchy, not too restrictive. Just
that would be the
perfect
lightness factor.
Light, exactly.
See, that's the light. If
Yes.
it's too heavy, to me, without knowing it, your reference is heavy or light,
Thank you.
and restricted or open.
Exactly. So we want it to be open. We want it to be light.
Yes.
And then also feel comfortable in the pattern. So like I'm wearing polka dots because I know I'm comfortable in polka dots. So it's not just that it's soft and no, I'm comfortable in the pattern.
Wait, are you saying that dressing your truth will make you feel more comfortable?
What?
Yes,
It
every
actually
time.
would make you look better too.
It's strange.
I would see too. There's a fun element that you read. Oh, that
Yes.
looks fun to wear.
Exactly.
It's fun to wear, and those specifics create whether it's fun or not.
So not only is it light, it lightens you up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. the Dressing Your Truth course, it shows you what this all looks like put together as a whole style. Clothing, accessorizing. I call it your 5 components of style, which include clothing, accessories, your hairstyle, your makeup, and your personal expression of self. That creates comfort. The whole, all those components create a style that we can be extremely comfortable in, feel confident. And I love what you've said, that we don't have to even think again about what we're wearing. We go forward, we live our life, we serve, we are able to contribute in the many roles we play and feel confident and look amazing while we're doing it. So thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's fun to see these variations and help our community. So thanks for watching, everyone.